Yo, what's going on, guys? It's AKingsCreation again, bringing you guys another video. Now, today is my first ever Boonstone War. Well, not today, this is a pre-recording, but I did do my first Boonstone War. I forgot who we were going up against. I was actually nervous as heck. I didn't know what I was doing. All I was doing was listening to the shot calling and doing whatever I was told to do. Now, I was using spear dagger. I have transitioned to spear dagger for small scale and large scale. I really like bombing now in this game personally, so I get a lot of kills and I just have to learn how to survive a little bit more, but there's a lot of survivability with my build. As you guys can see, I've already made a build video for this build, so make sure you guys check it out if you haven't already. I'm going to go ahead and break down what I was thinking about this entire time. I wish I had the comms on this, but I didn't. So I'm going to talk over it and then just explain what I was doing. Personally, I was just trying to keep the other enemy team off the flag while we were trying to capture it. It's basically a capture the flag scenario. So what I wanted to do personally was keep all my teammates alive. As you guys can see, I'm bouncing around different targets, just trying to clear out the weakest enemies or the people with low health. And I'm also buffing my team with Bastion as well. Now, I get a lot of kills up here going to the roof, but I didn't realize that I couldn't jump up on the other side. So you guys are going to see me just struggling in this corner with Davude over here because he thought he can do it too. So we were both struggling trying to jump over, and I definitely would have had a massive amount of kills if I was able to jump over there because I was cloaked, as you guys can see, right? So I decided to go around it this way, and I ended up throwing javelins anyway and doing a lot of damage. As you guys can see, I got slept, so I couldn't finish those kills. It would have definitely been a quadruple, but it is what it is. So I keep getting stuck and slept on this rooftop, so I can't finish the kills. If you're probably wondering why I couldn't finish those kills, it was because I was getting slept a lot. And then I ended up dying. It's all good, right? So like I said, I'm nervous as heck, man. It's my first competitive war, and we were still outnumbered, right? The funny part is we were outnumbered. They have, I think, maybe 2 or 3 extra players. I wasn't sure the exact numbers, but I know we were outnumbered in this fight. And I was confused here because I was like, oh no, I went straight to Kastleton and I had no idea where the Boonstone thing was. I'm up here like, oh shoot, I got to get back quickly, right? So I ended up going this route by going to the menu and then going straight to the Boonstone that we were fighting. All right. But then I realized that my teammates were over there, so that worked out as well. All right, so what as I'm walking back over here, running back over here, I wanted to avoid those enemies. I didn't want to be selfish. I wanted to be with my team at all times because our goal is to keep them from capturing the flag. We've captured it, so now we're defending it as much as possible. All right, so I wanted to stay grouped up, and I'm not doing anything outside of my shot calling from Ash because he was doing the shot calling, right? So I was listening to him. I was doing whatever he was telling me to do, but I was also making sure that there were no flankers. So what I ended up doing was I sat on the flag with Serena here, which is a healer as well as a bow user, right? And as you guys can see, this person was trying to come up behind us. So I was there, I was ready to go, and I got the kill. All right, so now they're regrouping at the very bottom. I didn't want to push down with everybody because I realized that there would be nobody else on the flag. Serena was up there, but Serena doesn't do a lot of DPS because Serena is a healer. So I am going to stay up there at all times. Now, if they push up, then I'm ready. And so is my teammates, so is my guild, they're ready. So we got the frontliners in the front just sitting there, waiting for them to come up. They're trying to wrap around from what it looks like. And we got our bow users shooting out long range DPS while we're just sitting here. I think they're scrambling because they don't really know how to approach us. A lot of us is just not dying. We're really strong players with the small group that we have. That's why I said if you guys are interested in joining Merc on Kastleton server, man, let me know in the description. Comment down below. If I'm not responding to your comment or double comment. For some reason that YouTube just doesn't notify me, so try to @ me or something. Or if you guys see me in the game, just DM me or Ash or anybody in this guild. As you guys can see here, you see all the names on the left side. DM any of us and then we'll get you your application process started, right? All right, so now as you guys can see, they're trying to hit us from the back. Pause. They're trying to hit us from the back and in the front too. So I think we're just like now just trying to see what they're going to do. We're all ready. We all got our buffs ready. And our tanks look like they're in the front. Our DPS is in the back. As I created this build like a day before this fight. So I was kind of new to this bombing build in general. I was new to using spear and dagger at the same time. So I was just realizing that my build is catered for the back line. So I need to go ahead and get behind them. I need to cloak behind them, right? So I think they're about to push in right now and let's see what happens. All right, so my kills here were kind of sloppy. Like I said, I just started putting this build together. I could have got way more kills in that fight. Even though the last person I was trying to attack was a healer. I feel like I could have definitely did a little bit more damage. But I was still trying to figure out my rotation during this time. But as you guys can see, they tried to make a push and we held our ground. I don't think not too many of us died there in that fight. So we're doing really well for being outnumbered. And especially for me, my first Boonstone War. I think this is a lot of us together, our very first competitive Boonstone War together as a group. Some have done it individually or with a smaller group. This is our actual first Boonstone War. So a lot of inexperienced actions are coming along with this. But as you guys can see, with our inexperience, we're still holding our ground, right? So let's see, they're trying to brainstorm now what they're going to do next. It looks like they're inching up, so they're probably about to do another push in a second here. So it looks like Ash caught somebody trying to wrap around the house, but he looked like the enemy looked like they ran away. Now, as you guys can see, I learned what feud is. So like whoever is like the leader of your group or like the leader of your guild will probably feud some enemies. Those enemies just means that they're like their focus. That's what you need to focus on. So they have like a logo next to their name, so you know exactly who to focus first. So keep that in mind. If you're guild leaders or advisors, feuds people, you want to make sure you try to go after those feuded targets. As you guys can see, I just going after one of the feuded targets here, right? All right, so they're trying to make another push, and I'm staying with my guild, making sure I don't space out, be by myself, because the last thing I want to do is be by myself in a situation like this. And I want to do what I want to do is keep my teammates alive as much as possible. So a lot of them started to die, so they're falling back again behind the lighthouse or the windmill, and a few of them are trying to capture from the other side. I think they try to sneak around to try to capture. So the mistake like I told you guys in the build video, I made that build video after this Boonstone War, so I didn't know all this. So that's why I explained all that in the build video. You don't want to use your javelin for single targets, because this javelin is really meant for AoE damage. So if you're only using it on a single target, it's fine if they're really low health and they're running away from you, you can use it. But I wouldn't recommend using all your javelins for one target. If you guys also know, on the mini map on the top right, the feuded enemies have like a little red bell on them, so you kind of can see on the mini map if somebody's going to flank you or not, which is kind of crazy. So as you guys can see, there's a feuded enemy behind me right now, but our teammates realized it. But I'm not paying attention because I didn't know that on the mini map. I was only focused on what was in front of me. But as you guys can see, he's right there. So you can see feuded enemies on the mini map. Keep that in mind as well. All right, so it looks like they're making a big push right here. I'm gonna do a lot of damage because they're all cluttered up, and I'm gonna just start throwing javelins right here. And that was a tank, so I couldn't finish them, and everybody else died here. Yeah. GG's for that. That was a bad push on their end because we have a lot of spears. I don't think they had a lot of spears, because if they did, then they would have realized not to clump up like that. It was a good attempt, but also they didn't probably realize that we had a lot of spears on our team. Even though it looks like we only have 2 spears in our group, the other group has some spears in their lineup as well. This person is still sitting back here. I don't think he ever pushed up yet. Yeah, and he's a healer, it looks like. I don't think he ever pushed up. I think he's just been sitting back there for a while. So it looks like they're going to try the front approach again, and they got some stranglers in the back. I'm going to watch the back because my job is to be the back line of my guild. So anything that happens on the back side of the guild, I need to know about. As we can see, somebody's capping right now, but I'm slept, so I can't help. But I had to call that out. All right, I had to call that out. I usually keep my mic muted because only the shot callers should be talking. But since nobody really seen that somebody was capping, I had to unmute and just call that out. Sometimes you got to do that just in case some people are forgetting, and you want to make sure you're winning the fights. So if nobody else sees it but you see it, and just go ahead, unmute yourself and say it, because it's better to get in trouble and protect the flag than lose the flag and still get in trouble. You know what I mean? Not that you get in trouble over here in our guild. Our guild is very friendly. It's funny because our guild is very strong and it's very friendly at the same time. And there he goes, guys. That is the fight, man. I hope you guys enjoyed my first ever competitive Boonstone War. I have another one coming out soon, but it won't be until next week. I probably will show you guys. All right, so if you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed this, like basically a commentary over it, basically giving you guys tips and advising you on what I was doing and what the guild was doing, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. People are wondering if I live stream. Yes, I only live stream for my members. Hey everyone, thank you for watching my video. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel, make sure you guys check my membership tab. I have supporter, big supporter, and huge supporter. Each tier comes with more benefits. So if you guys are interested, make sure you check it out. How do you access it? You can go to my about page if you're on the desktop and just scroll all the way down to memberships, join now, or you can check the description of each video. Thank you.